Excellent. So my name is Wes Brown. I'm the Technical Product Manager on the OpenLMIS project. And today I'm going to go through a quick demo, and I'm going to show you a very common workflow that we have and the workflow that we've set up for this COVID-based system. We'll be starting as a facility user and doing a physical inventory of what we have on hand, and then showing how that information can flow into a request for new stock, what we call a requisition, what the approval process is for that requisition, how that requisition turns into an order, is fulfilled, and then finally a proof of delivery is delivered to the facility to kind of complete this cycle. So we'll go through this. I'll try to go through it quickly, and then we'll have time at the end of this webinar for Q&A. I did just see one question, by the way, asking about whether or not the system supported translations. And I do want to just highlight that it does. We include I think we have not a full translation for Spanish, but we do for French and for Portuguese. So yes, we can translate the system to other languages. So to start, I want to highlight that these menus here are for this specific user. So I'm logged in as a demo user here we've set up as a pharmacist. And so they can only see the menu items related to them. So there's an admin menu item that would normally be available, but this user does not have access to be able to see that. So these menus here are user-based, depending on the role that you are. We're going to start as a physical inventory. So we can see here, we've set up this COVID program, and we're looking for the facility that this user is set up to manage, the facility we've called the Longway Central Hospital. So I'm going to start, and I can see here, the system is showing me what it thinks I have on hand right now. And so the way that you would use this page is, another word for this activity would be called a Stocktake, where you would be going through and you'd be entering in, the system thinks that I have 288 stock on hand. How much do I actually have? So I actually do have 288 and I have 40, but here I only have 180. I did my check and I can see that there are 10 missing, and it's highlighted here to say that there's an unaccounted quantity of 10. So I can go in and I can say what happened to those. I may not know, maybe they're just lost. And so I can say that I lost 10 of them. And now we can see that the unaccounted quantity is 0 and that I've lost 10. I won't go through this whole process just to save some time, but normally you would do this on probably a monthly or a quarterly basis. But then this information flows into the request for new stock, something we call a requisition. So I'll go to the requisitions and I'll search to see what periods are open. Now, because this is demo data, we have old data from 2019. Normally the user would see the period for the date period that they're in right now. But for this demo, I'm going to start from November 19th, week 4. And what I see here is a list of all the products that have been defined in our system as what we call full supply products. Now, these would be things you would normally see, like essential medicines or things like that. In this COVID system, it's all COVID-related commodities. We also have another tab here for non-full supply products. These are things that are not always required. So full supply would be things you should always have on hand. Non-full supply would be things that you may have on hand, but you don't necessarily always need to have. So I'm just going to do a requisition for a couple of items, once again, in the interest of time. So we'll just select these two here. And so I can see this information coming over from our physical inventory page, from our stock on hand. So I can see that the system knows how much I have on hand. It knows if there was any changes to that stock over the last during the last period. So in this case, this is the demo system. We actually haven't had any changes. And so it can tell me, so I started with 150. If there was any changes, it would tell me how much was left and then be able to calculate how much it thinks I should order. In this case, we don't have any usage. So I'm just going to put some fake data in. So I'm going to say I want to order, let's say I want to order 35 more masks. And I want to order 10 new aprons. We can see here the packs to ship is being updated, and it's different in some cases than the quantity requested. So for the respirator masks, we can see that the number of individual respirator masks that I'm asking for, or masks, must be shipped in packs of probably 10. So we can see that I'm actually going to get 4 packs, even though I'm only asking for 35. And then we can see that this price is updated on the fly as I change things. So if I were to change this to 11, we can see that total cost changes with it. So I'm going to click Submit and Authorize. This is a process that can be split apart into a submission and an authorization step. But for this demo, we've kept it simple and just had them combined. So now I've created this requisition at my facility, and I'm going to log out and now log in as a user higher up in the health chain. So this would be maybe a district or a regional user. And when I log in as this user, I go to approve the requisition I just created. So I can see here's the requisition I created. I'm going to go look at it. And I can see here's the information that I added to that requisition we were just working on. So I can see here I've requested 35 of the masks. I've requested 10 of the aprons. I can see the cost and the comments here. But then I can also make changes, because I may know as a regional user that we don't actually have enough to be able to distribute 35 to every facility. So I'm going to have to reduce that. You know, reduced due to demand. But then for this one, shipping 10 is fine. That's okay. So I can say, I've made my changes. I can now approve this requisition, which will approve the requisition and turn it into an order. So now I've completed my job as the regional user. And now I'm going to log in as a warehouse manager. This user will be the one who converts the order that was created and starts the fulfillment of that order. So here's the order that we just created of the requisition that we created a moment ago. So if I click on the Start Fulfillment button, I'll be able to see what is being requested and then how much I have on hand to be able to satisfy that request. So I can see here I'm ordering 2. So this is now I'm looking at packs. I can see if I want to see doses, I can see the doses. But usually a warehouse user is going to be thinking in terms of packs, in terms of what they actually ship out to users, to facilities. So it wants to ship 2, and I can say, okay, I'll ship you 2. And then I see for the aprons, I want to ship, the order quantity is 10, but I may know, okay, I only have 100 on hand, so I have to be very careful about these. So I'm only going to ship 5. So there's opportunities to make changes and to be able to be flexible based on what you know as either a regional user or a warehouse manager versus what you are requesting at the facility. Those things may not always be the same. So I've made my changes now in terms of the packs that I'm going to be shipping, and I'll click on the Confirm Shipment button. This will generate a proof of delivery, and presumably I'm, as a warehouse manager, the shipment has been made, it's gone out on the truck or however it's being shipped out to the location. Now, sometime in the future, I'm going to log back in here as the pharmacist, and I'll be able to see now, let's say it's a couple days later, and I've received that shipment. So now I would go in and I would say, okay, I want to see all the proof of deliveries that have been created. And I want to find the one for November, week 4. And I click on the Manage button. I can see that it's shipped. And now it's telling me exactly what was shipped. So I can see here was the ordered amount where I said, okay, I wanted 2, I got 2. I wanted 10, but I only got 5. So it's just letting me know that here's what I asked for, here's what I got. And then I can say, what did I actually receive? So I could say that, yes, I received 5 of these, but one of the boxes of the masks I don't have. And so I can say what happened to that. I can say it was lost, it was damaged, it expired. So in this case, we'll just say, well, one of them was lost. I don't know what happened to it. And then if I want to, I can add any notes related to that. And then to complete this, I just say it was delivered by, say it was delivered by DHL, it was received by myself, Wes. And this is when I received it. I received it today. And once I click confirm, this will update the stock at my facility. So now I've closed the loop. So then the next week or the next month, when I want to do another requisition, the information that's in my system about the stock on hand is already in place. I will highlight a couple of things here. First is that this is one of the 2 workflows that we've currently enabled for the COVID system. This one is what's called a stock-based requisition, because the requisition is being able to look at the stock information. If you're not able to use to record or track the stock information, you can also do requisitions that don't include the automatic calculation from the stock information. And instead, the user has to enter in that information as part of the process when they're doing the requisition. So that is OpenLMIS. There's many more features, much more flexibility that the system offers. As we've mentioned a few times, we are building a system specific for COVID right now. We're trying to keep it as streamlined as possible so that it's easy to get countries up and running on the system and easy to train users. But OpenLMIS as a system is built from the ground up to be incredibly flexible, very configurable so that countries can use it in a wide variety of settings for many different programs. So we hope that you are able to use it for COVID, and we hope that you find it a positive experience and are able to continue to use it for other programs down the road. Thanks.